Welcome to the Good Brothers Committee podcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You know what time it is. It is another episode of Good Brothers Committee Podcast, the Saturday edition. It's sunny outside, man, so whatever you got going on, enjoy the sunshine. I got my right-hand man, my partner in crime, Mr. P. Powell, to the third Powell, Mr. Preston Powell the third.
What's going on, Chad? It's always good to be back on the Good Brothers. I have no view on the camera right now. For some reason, it blacked me out, so I can't see anything. But it's always been good to be back with the Good Brothers. This week, the VIP cigars. Now, there's a difference between VIP members and Provider Club members. VIP members are the regular VIP customers, Churchill Smoke Shop. They also get a cigar free every month. As Brother Chad over there, he's a Provider Club member, which is the elite of the elite. So not only he gets the private cigar every month, he also gets the VIP cigar. The VIP cigar this month was the Shitzo by Asylum. This is a Toro size. Of course, we got the 7x70s in there as well. You know, and then Provider Club members, they are not only they have all the VIP benefits, but they also have the Provider Club benefits as well. So I'm going to smoke on this morning. Got my coffee with me as I start the day off. As we get moving, we got the draft playing in the background, so you can continue to watch that. That's me and Chad go over the bits of the week. Chad, how your week will, Chad?
Man, long. long but good. Trying to get it done in the semester coming up. I got a 6-page paper to write by Tuesday, whatever the 29th is.
Okay.
I had to rewrite a paper, but other than that, man, just trying to get through it and move on to something else.
Well, Chad, let's start off with the Don Russini and Mike Vrabel.
Man, that's terrible.
If y'all not familiar with that, take a look at this video right here.
NFL head coach Mike Vrabel and NFL insider Diana Russini allegedly had a 6-year affair outside of their marriages and posted through it the whole time. The whole time they were giving interviews, they were tweeting. All of this was out there for someone to discover, and yet they never seemed to think they would get caught. And you would think after 6 years, you're probably in the clear, but they must have made someone really mad because they held on to these pictures for 6 years. No one knows if it was just paparazzi or one of their spouses or a private investigator, but a few weeks ago they were caught at this luxury resort just having vacation, a long time, just the two of them. And at that time, Mike Vrabel said it was laughable that anyone would even insinuate such a thing. While Diana Russini received most of the criticism, partially because she's a woman in sports, and partially because when you're an insider, if you have an affair with the coach, all of your work becomes uncredible. It got so bad that she actually resigned from her role at The Athletic and released a whole statement. And after she resigned, after the statement, you would think this whole thing would be over, case closed, but someone had to have hired a private investigator because yesterday, on the first day of the NFL draft, someone released pictures of them in a bar from 6 years ago. They sat on these pictures from 2020 to now. They knew Mike Vrabel would have to talk to the media all weekend long and said, let me pull out my camera roll from 2020. And it just kept getting worse because these pictures are from 2024 at a casino after he got fired from the Titans. Like, you're way too happy to have just lost your job. And the messiest person you know will always be Twitter.com because they dug up a tweet from 2021 where she says, I'm looking at my 4-day-old son and thinking about who's the best Michael to ever coach in the NFL. Mike Vrabel's full name is Michael, and so there is now credible reason to question if she named her son after this man. And keep in mind, all of this is coming out during the NFL draft, and Mike Vrabel said he is putting his family first by skipping the back half of the NFL draft to go to counseling.
Okay, but with that being said, what was your thoughts, Chad, as you saw that unwind, as the story keeps getting worse? But, you know, she resigned already, as everybody know by now. You know, he's taking some time, as they always do. I'm going to go seek counseling. But, man, when you find out that this has been going on for, 6 years?
Right.
And then
I just said, why? I just said, that's my reaction. I just said, why?
Man, 6 years, that's a full-blown relationship. Well, my thing is to take your why. Why would she get married? I mean, they both married. They both married. Now, Vrabel's been married since 90-something, so he's been married. Right. He got kids. He's been married. She just got married in, 2000 and, 19, 18, somewhere in there? She's got married 5, 6 years ago. But they've been having this affair since that time. And then you find out that she named the kid, her first kid, Mike. Man,
that's obsessive.
look, man. If I'm that dude, I'm gonna get a paternity test.
Yeah,
You know, and
that's
I.
obsessive.
But the bad part about that, I'm saying this on the outside looking in. But I mean, hell, you've been raising that kid for 5 years. I mean, that's probably your pride and joy. Then you realize, what would you do, Chad? You realize your wife, not only did she have an affair, but she named your son after the person she was having an affair with. First of all, I named I have twin boys, and I named my boys, but that's a whole nother case. She convinced him to name the son Mike. What would you do in that case?
I'm getting them papers. I'm filing papers. Stay the
Yeah,
hell away from me.
yeah. I think
Like
it's
I said,
yeah,
that's obsessive. That's obsessive.
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Ain't no
think
boundaries there. Ain't no boundaries. I mean, come on, man.
yeah, that's wild. I would tell you this. My pride would be so hurt that I definitely would be filing papers. I would definitely now first make sure it's my son. And if it's my son, definitely trying to get custody of my son. And
Full custody.
I'm definitely changing his name.
Yeah, full custody.
Unless my name's unless there's I wouldn't want to hear that every day. And he's young enough to where we can move past that. Now the older kids
Right.
that you can do about it. But he's young
Right.
enough to where, I could change his name and it'll be all right. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely
That's obsessive. That's obsessive.
that's wild. That is
And
wild.
halfway delusional, but maybe I don't know. That's just too much.
It is.
Because it seems like now that I think about it that Mike was actually contemplating leaving his wife.
I mean, at this point, can you stay?
Yeah.
I know they say he's going to seek counseling. And thinking they fired the brother 1 year, talking about he didn't want to do the culture. He didn't have the Patriots culture, whatever. But if you take Robert Kraft, I guess this is the Patriot coach. This is it.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's fine.
The thing about it though, Preston, when you look at this, Mike's wife is fully invested.
Yeah.
It's just like on any given Sunday, what old girl tell Kat, you a damn quarterback.
Oh, she slapped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was
And
more
Mike's
about
wife
it.
saying, hey, you my husband, we've been there. And who to say, hey, that Mike's wife ain't been on Tinder?
Well, yeah, you're right. You never know. Because I'm going on this long. But hey, look, somebody had it out for him because you had those first of all, those pictures, they were taken, the first pictures that exposed them, they were taken from a long distance. So that's somebody who zoomed in, who knew they were there, like a private investigator. And then you wait all the way to the draft when she already resigned and he's already said he's seeking counseling. You wait all that time. Then you release all these pictures from like 6 years ago. You start dropping pictures. Yeah, this was all planned. Whoever, and to me, is either Vrabel's wife or her husband.
I agree with that.
It's either one
egregious.
of them. I'm gonna get you back. And it sounds to me, to me, I'm leaning on her husband. I think Russini's husband was like, "Oh, what? This was going on? This happened? Okay." So he probably hired somebody, did some digging, and they went and they found it all. And he said, "I'm gonna wait. At the most inopportune time for them to roll all this crap out." Because he hit him, he first dropped it at the owners' meeting. Then he follow up with this second release at the draft. That's all that has to be premeditated. Ain't no way around that. That's not premeditated.
Yep. I mean, like I say, it's very egregious. It's very egregious.
I can't believe that. So, Chad, with that being said, we got the draft going on. So, who do you think so far, you know, who you think are the winners right now? Because right now we're still in the 4th round.
That's a good question.
Well, let's say winners. We can't say winners because the draft is not technically not over yet.
Right.
Who do you think had a good draft so far?
On a whim, I'm going to say 5 teams, and I could be very wrong. Don't come beat me up on y'all on Trump's internet, please don't. But I'm gonna say the Raiders with
You
the
thought the
first
Raiders
pick.
did good?
With the first pick.
That Mendoza pick. I believe you had to pick Mendoza.
No, you didn't. You don't have. You didn't have to pick Mendoza. No, you didn't.
Well, yeah,
no, you didn't. You didn't have to pick Mendoza because the Raiders need help. They could have picked the D lineman. They could have picked the linebacker to win defense first, and then picked the value quarterback in the late first round.
Yeah.
You could have picked up. I would have picked up Bain at the number 1 pick if he was available as an edge rusher. Because you know how many years that Westbrook College got left at the edge. He's coming off injury too.
Crosby.
Exactly. So that'd have been a solid pick.
And they tried to trade him, so yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you know how to go Mendoza. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you got.
Also, I think the Texans did a pretty good job, which is my team, not being biased. We got an offensive line. We addressed some offensive line immediate needs. And judging the Saints draft so far, when I saw the 8 picks, I think they did a good job of addressing needs. Offensive linemen. They picked up a couple of receivers. I think they picked up a cornerback too. I wasn't not really sure about all of it. Also, I think the Jets did pretty good.
That's what I think did well. The Jets.
The Jets did pretty good because his job on the line. He ain't got no choice. And I also think that Miami did decent.
Speaking of the Jets, has it ever happened in NFL history that a team has never had an interception for the whole year?
No, I don't think so. That's not plausible. That's impossible.
How they did it? How do you not get a tip ball or something?
Well, I think because a majority of their plays were, lack of a better term, low impact. That 5, 7, 10, maybe 15. So they're not going to feel a whole lot. They ran the ball a lot too.
True. You can't stop nothing. Yeah.
Right.
That's what happens.
And you look at the point production. So look at the point production. Their point production very low. They have they didn't have a lot of explosive plays.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. They filled some of their needs. They got some things they had. What do you thought about? We talked about this a little bit last night when you stopped into the shop. The Rams situation with McVay not liking the pick of Ty Simpson. That reaction to him not wanting Ty Simpson at that pick. I don't think it's a bad thing they got Ty Simpson. I just thought late first round, that high.
Again, you got to look at the future because how many more years does Matthew Stafford have left?
I don't think he has many left, but
But here's the thing about this though: you get a decent pick with tremendous upside. Now the 13th pick, I agree with you on that, is very high. Very high.
You expect 13th pick to play. He's not. You gotta have him playing.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
You talking about now, you talking about does his skill set translates or transcribes to the NFL? So now he has the opportunity to sit behind a veteran quarterback and learn.
Right.
For at least a year. And then also he gets a chance to grasp the system. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's one of those things where I think, unless they could know something we don't know.
Yeah.
They could know something we don't know. I mean, like it could be something going on with Stafford that they like, hey, the GM like, hey, look, man, this is not long for us. We need to be prepared. And there are some people who was high on Ty Simpson. The only thing I was thinking is that, well, next year quarterback class is supposed to be so good that you could have, it's supposed to be like 9 deep next year.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be like 83. The quarterback class 83 when Dan Marino came out.
I don't think it's gonna be that good. I don't think nobody will be that class.
No, I don't mean like that. I'm talking about in terms of the numbers of quarterbacks coming out. The 83 class is probably the best quarterback class ever.
Yeah, that's the best quarterback class. And that class, and I think that class with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Who else was in that class?
Was it Sam Bradford?
Not even Bradford. Was Donald in that class?
I don't know. I don't remember.
That class, I know that class is pretty good. Josh Allen.
I had to look it up.
I mean, I don't think any of them went to the Super Bowl, though, have they? Other than Jalen Hurts. No. Jalen Hurts. Because he's in that class.
Lamar did.
No, Lamar never been to a Super Bowl yet.
Oh, yeah?
Lamar ain't been to a Super Bowl.
Or just cut me down.
Speaking of, I just look at Cleveland. Cleveland has done a pretty good job.
They have.
And when they made that first pick of the offensive tackle, first thing went through my mind is they might be committed to Shador.
Yes.
To make that pick, the first pick in the first round, I'm like, okay. They went that and then a wide receiver. That said, they have made a commitment that Shador is gonna be our guy.
And then also they finna cut some fat off the meat. They finna get rid of some folk.
Yeah,
over the cap space.
Yeah, I think so too. Because they got a good running back. It's Keyshawn Judkins, but he hurt his knee or something, didn't he? Will he be back?
Yeah, he should be. Now, time frame is that's a whole other ball game than itself.
Right.
But he should be back. Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah, and again, like you said, I like the Saints so far. You got Shuck, aggressive, bigger receiver. I know me and Ray always going back and forth because he want to say that my man is a number one for Ohio State that we have.
I got you.
I can't believe I can't. I don't know why Caleb Downs on my mind about something else to make me think I can't. Probably can't remember his name because they want to say they wide receiver you, and that's us at LSU.
Right?
But, I think you need a big receiver like that for sure. And then we went right behind that, getting the linebacker from Georgia. That's the place to Mario.
Right.
Mario's gone. So they've been pretty solid. Got to pick up a cornerback. So I think that draft, if these players, turn out.
Right.
Out. I mean, they turn out. I mean, I've seen things that the best player in the draft was Caleb Downs, but I think the best player in the draft was Love, the guy from Notre Dame.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that for me. I think Love is a very dynamic player, but for me, when I look at in terms of need, in terms of the opportunity to play immediately, the best player for me was Bane. Best player for me for Bane. Pound for pound, I think it was Bane. They knock him because he doesn't have long arms, but hey, if you're aggressive and you willing to be ferocious and knock folks out, that's all that matters to me. You could be a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You could be an Allosaurus, no arms.
So you remember they said the same thing about Will Campbell, and you saw it happen in the Super Bowl. I feel bad for Will.
Now Will Campbell, hey Will, drink some more milk.
I feel bad for him though. He a Tiger. You know what I'm saying? He had a rough time, man. It was rough.
Yeah. I just hope he's in the off season. I really hope he's in the off season.
No help though. That bugs me out. Like, put the tight end over there, help the man out.
They did not adjust. They did not adjust. But at the same time, though, Will need to get in the weight room and eat some potatoes and get on the bench press.
His base, man.
And he got to squat. He got to sit down in that chair.
Bolo, you like that?
You got to sit down in that chair, man.
And they were talking. They were talking to him.
Oh yeah. And then it didn't help either because he didn't pick up no blitz protect, nothing.
No. They didn't get no help.
And then if you notice, they even stopped going that side. They blitzed the other side, left him 1-on-1 with the guy.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand what were they doing. I mean, but You know how some of these coaches they remind me of Les Miles when he was at LSU. 3 yards of the cloud of dust. He had a plan, and that mug was gonna stick to him. We were playing Alabama. We had one of the greatest running backs in LSU history, Leonard Fournette. They put damn near 10 people in the box, and you still running off tackle. That's like, bro, throw the ball, man. Leonard is good. He ain't that damn good.
Right.
Got 10 people in the box, man. And you said, no, we're going to run it. And he running 3 plays, punt. 3 plays, punt. And the defense doing all it can to keep us in the game. But let's just believe he can, he wasn't going to change.
Sometimes, Preston,
at all.
Sometimes, Preston, proven points are pointless.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right.
Sometimes we got to get out our own way. But I digress.
Yeah, so, I'm surprised Nussmeier's not gone yet. I thought he would go probably 3rd round, earlier.
Based on the need, I really projected him like early 4th. And Pavia. Now I would have picked him over Pavia.
Yeah. Who did Pavia? Pavia went somewhere?
Yeah. No, he should be. I thought he was drafted with early second, 3rd.
Okay, I must be missing because I hadn't been. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'll check because I'll take him over Pavia because of his size.
Yeah, because Pavia, they said when they looked him up, he's a legit what? 5'5". I think he was like 5'10" or something like that. That's. But he was pretty. Yeah, he wasn't big.
Oh no, he's still not drafted.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still not drafted yet.
Yeah, it's best. Yeah, that's wild, man. That's because I thought but there hadn't been that many quarterbacks going though. That's what I was saying. I don't see how you got Ty Simpson at 13. I guess maybe they heard something. It's like what Dallas did to Pittsburgh, which don't make sense to me because you helped the Eagles out. So why would you help the Eagles out? So that's wild. So I see somebody in the chat talking about the pick. Cleveland gonna pick up Nussmeier.
Yeah, I just saw that. Which is not a bad pick for them. Again, young quarterbacks growing together, and who knows, he might get it together and end up excelling.
If you pick up Nussmeier, what you gonna get rid of Gabriel? But you still got Deshaun there.
I mean, you had no choice because again, that's what I'm talking about. Cut some meat off the bone, because that's eating up the majority of Cleveland's cap space. So if I were Deshaun, just go home.
Well, I mean, you can't afford to play him because you got to get something out of Shador. You're already paying Deshaun. You need to find somebody you can go to. Like me, I would have took a flyer on him before I took Ty Simpson or something. Well, I take that back because I got you got strapped there. Ty Simpson at 13. That just perplexing me. But who knows?
Yeah, it's interesting all to say the least. It's very interesting. The mindset and the strategies going forward. As far as inserting personnel to try to win a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal always. So with that, again, the Simpson pick is very a conundrum to say the least. But I've seen him play a couple of times last year during the football season.
Right.
I think he can, because again, my thing again is that how long does Matthew Stafford have?
Yeah, and like I said, they might know something we don't.
And then Matthew Stafford will be a Hall of Famer, no doubt. And get a chance to learn behind somebody like that. I think it will bode well for him. People say the same things about Jacoby Brissett, and he's still in the league. So
yeah, we got some years out of that. Speaking of the Cardinals, we got the Cardinals on the clock at 143. They have had a pretty decent draft.
They have.
They've had a pretty decent. If the guys pan out to be who I think they are. I mean, with Love there, You got a quarterback. You got your boy off the books.
Right.
So, you looking at they're looking at pretty decent.
Right.
Yeah, they
scenarios, samples, significant savings compared to traditional courses.
but they really focusing on armament. You know, they used to didn't have that stat on there all the time. I guess after Will Campbell, everybody talking about people armament.
Yeah, but again, the thing with Will, he wasn't. His initial was late. He let everybody bring everything to him.
Maybe like getting to his body, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So you got a chance to absorb that blow, but you also have the opportunity to give a blow.
Right.
And he didn't do that. Instead of trying to kick slide, you learn how to quick set. I mean, you go at that guy instead of getting your kick slide and let everything come to you. But who am I?
Yeah, well, look, hey man, you coach, man, you know your stuff, so ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about who you are, because like I said, you know your stuff, so it ain't no question about that.
I've been offensive coordinator.
Huh?
I've been offensive coordinator.
Right. So
again, like you should have gave that man some help, like the back chip out, something, because he's still getting hazed right now.
Right. Yeah, that is
Jesus.
Man, it was bad. It was bad, man.
It was bad. Damn, Will. Hey, Will, hey, chicken nuggets on me, Will. Damn.
Pretty good. Look, Tab, before we get out of here, man. Look, the Legacy League. I'd like to talk a little bit about that before we get out. The Legacy League was announced here in 2026. Will be playing in Smithfield Stadium. For those who old school Churchill people who've been riding with us, the first black cigar shop in the state of Mississippi. We were located in a baseball stadium at one time. So the Legacy League will start playing there coming up, I think, in June. They finally they unveiled their teams. It's going to be the Ridgeland Roosters, the Madison Mockingbirds, the Flowood Flyers, the the New Jack City Ballers, the Brandon Reservoir Dogs, and the Clinton Big Wheels. I like that Big Wheel because that's old school right there, Big Wheel. But it
gotta be some black folks behind there.
Well, I mean, they got the owners. Those owners of those teams are all major league players. They're Hall of Famers. You're talking about. Trying to sit here and think. The owner of the Richmond team is Andrew Jones. The owner.
Matter of fact, Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield is one of them, I think.
Well, yeah, but he's in the second season. He's not going to be in one this year because I know Tracy McGrady owns the team in Madison, and Marcy Grissom owns the Jackson team. And then Brian Jordan on the Clinton team. These are the major league, the big people. And I know Dusty Baker is going to own the team. They got Jaron Jerens and Bernard Gilkey. They all own teams. Jerens owns the Flowood team, and Bernard Gilkey owns the Brandon team. So I mean, I mean they're doing it. They'll be playing it. So if you're in Jackson and this fall, you got somebody interested in playing, reach out to the Legacy League. I mean, high school, college players. I mean, people graduating high school, looking to play in the summer league, grapefruit league type thing. You definitely want to reach out and be part of that. But I think it's going to be interesting. If you want to see their logos, I can share and let you see what some of their logos look like. That's the New Jack City. That's the Jackson team. New Jack City. I like that logo.
I like that.
And that's the Clinton Big Wheels.
Okay. I like that.
That's the Mockingbirds. That's the Madison Mockingbirds.
Okay.
And the Reservoir Dog, Brandon Reservoir Dogs. Now, all the logos are pretty good. And that's Flowood Flyers. I guess the Flowood Flyers Airport.
Right,
and and the Roosters. So yeah, they all look good. All the logos look good. They did a great job with that. Legacy League is the Hank Aaron Academy, Smithville Stadium. So if y'all get a chance,
you gave me an idea, Preston. You gave me an idea.
What's that?
Churchill Smoke Shop, tailgate, won a baseball game.
Yeah, we can do that. We definitely can do that. Probably can talk to Tim, maybe do something to open in the season or something. And we'll go out there and do something as the season opened, and you know, because this is good to have baseball back in the capital city.
Right,
You
of
know,
course.
Tim has done a great job of bringing that back to the capital city, and it's a good deal. You know, and plus the Hank Aaron Academy located in Smithfield Stadium.
Right.
And I'm interested in seeing some baseball, and especially with these teams going to be packed with local players and a lot of foreign players and a lot of players from a lot of the colleges around the city. Because one thing we do know, they have plenty of universities and colleges here that will be participating in this. So,
Right.
with that
right.
being said, you know, just get out and support the Legacy League, as we will be at Churchill Smoke Shop, and we just having a good time with it. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that being said, you got anything else for this Saturday morning, Chad?
Hey man, it's pretty outside. It stormed last night. Get out and enjoy some of the sunshine. Everything in the world is drab and dark, but hey man, just make sure the sun's shining in your personal sky and enjoy each and every day. Enjoy each and every moment.
Right.
And come to
Remember,
Churchill Smoke Shop.
the VIP cigar this month was the Shitso Maduro from Asylum. Smoked pretty good. Good pairing with a little coffee in the morning. So
That's
I'm
right.
enjoying them both. I'm gonna continue here. We'll finish watching the draft and see how everybody turn out. We'll
Right.
be back next week to chop it up with y'all a little bit. With that, we holler at y'all later.
Peace.
Y'all be good.
Yep.